If you're watching this video, chances are you've thought about what it'd be like to be in your favorite shonen. Whether that be in the ninja world of Naruto, the sorcerer-driven society of Jujutsu Kaisen, or the island of Paradise in Attack on... Okay, maybe not that last one.
Yeah,
But it goes without
you
saying,
not
if you were actually
surviving
put
Attack on
into any
Titan.
of these verses, you'd probably
It's
die,
just
like instantly. But how bad would it really be? So in this video, I'm going to look through 10
look real quick in the comments below. What anime would y'all want to go to, and which one do y'all think y'all can survive in? You know what I'm saying? Like, and no, which one of these do y'all think y'all can survive in? You know what I'm saying? And what anime would y'all go to?
10 popular battle shonen anime, with a sports anime in there
Nigga, I'm going to One Piece. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm going to One Piece, fool.
just for fun, and see whether or not your average Joe could actually survive in these worlds, or even thrive with enough progress. I'm going to be ranking them on a scale from 0 to 10, inspired by the real global bad guy index, with 0 being absolutely no risk for a normal person, and 10 being almost immediate death. By the end of this, we'll average the scores to see how survivable shonen anime is as a whole, while also providing you with a list of cozy worlds for you to isekai into. Anyway, let's get started with the list. The first verse we'll be taking a look at is the ninja world of Naruto. Naruto takes place in a world of countries or hidden villages.
Nigga, me personally, I'm surviving in Naruto. Feel me, nigga? You know what I'm saying? I'm on that type of time, nigga. I really, yeah, feel me? Nigga, like for real, bro, I'd be a Uzumaki or something. Like, if I'm getting transferred, like if I'm just getting teleported there as like right now, like with nothing, I can still adapt, nigga. That's my power. I mean, I can adapt. Just chill.
As they
But like, I wonder if he talking about like we like whatever verse we go to. You feel me? Whatever shonen we go to, I wonder if like we gonna have like they power system, or we just gonna be like a regular ass human. You feel me?
call them, where ninja and occasionally samurai are capable of using jutsu to essentially cast spells. There are thousands of different jutsu, ranging from creating fireballs and summoning water dragons in the first half of the series to engaging in long-range nuclear warfare in the second half of the series. Unfortunately, you'll be able to do none of this. To be clear, you won't be gaining the powers and abilities of each verse,
Okay. See, he just made it clear right there. See,
even if the average person could do them, you remain a powerless human from Earth. Furthermore, I'll just clarify one more thing.
but don't matter,
Most of
nigga.
these
Like I
worlds are
said,
extremely massive,
I
with
can
many
adapt,
potential
nigga.
regions one could find themselves in, some being chill and some being downright catastrophic. While the possibility of moving to safer areas will be on the table in some of these scenarios, generally you will spawn around where the main character is at the beginning of the series. Just imagine that you were a background character who suddenly blurped into existence in episode 1. Anyway, you know what? Despite the
Like,
countless conflicts
you
in the
feel me?
show, living in Naruto as a normal person actually isn't that bad. You'd spawn into the Hidden Leaf Village, which is one of the most stable and powerful villages within the entire setting. While you wouldn't be able to become a shinobi, and why would you want to, you'd probably be able to find a job as like a ramen vendor or an office worker,
Bro,
because
I would want to
paperwork
be a
does
shinobi.
exist within the verse for some reason. You could probably live out your entire life without much trouble, if you're lucky. But what happens if you're unlucky? Well, there are literal walking weapons of mass destruction known as the tailed beasts just wandering around. When a dog
You imagine just walking and then you just run into the Akatsuki. Like, like a Orochimaru or Kisame. You feel me? Or Hidan or you feel me? Niggas like them. You cooked. You cooked, nigga.
dog gets excited, it'll probably just run around in circles, but when a tailed beast gets excited, they'll probably clear a mountain range or two. That's pretty bad, but we can't forget the psychopaths now, can we? You could end up being attacked
See,
for
look,
no reason. Forget the psychopath.
exactly. Kakuzu and Hidan right there. Exactly. Nigga, you run into them, you cook. One nigga is immortal. I think both of them, bruh. No, I don't think that nigga Kakuzu is immortal. But that nigga, he got like some weird. I don't remember. I
That's now,
know
can
he
we?
done. That nigga
You could
immortal,
end up being attacked for
and
no
he
reason, like when Orochimaru pulled up with massive
he
snakes, when
basically like
Deidara started carpet bombing the
hurt
Sand
he
Village, or
stabbed
when
himself or
Pain.
something like that.
I'm
Like
sorry to say,
once
but
he
if
if
you
he gets
think
your
you're
blood,
surviving this, then you're completely
if he
delusional.
gets your blood, any
Even the
like
things on
cuts
the
he do to
smaller
himself,
side
it'll be
suck, like
like
being
it
robbed.
will.
Yeah, in real life they might shank or shoot you, but they'll
Yes.
literally burn you alive here. Still, it's exceedingly possible to lead a relatively normal life in Naruto, as long as you stick to your village's borders and don't end up unlucky enough to get caught up in an attack. Honestly, if you move to a village like the
Yeah,
Hidden
I'm
Cloud,
definitely going
which
to
is still very
Ichiro
powerful and
Ichiro
peaceful, but doesn't get attacked
Ichiro
anywhere as often
Ramen.
as the Leaf, you'd probably be chilling. So I'll give Naruto a risk ranking of about 4 out of 10. Now, Bleach is a little bit more interesting because 90% of the events that take place within the series don't even happen in the human world. The Soul Society arc, the Arrancar arc, the Thousand Year Blood War arc, all of these take place in parallel dimensions. And it's true that there are some heavy hitters in Bleach, people strong enough to wipe out entire cities in an instant, but for the most part, not a single one of them is actually interested in coming to or destroying the human world. You could go about living a regular life without having to worry about a single one of them. No, as a human, your main threat comes in the form of Hollows, a race of creatures born from human souls who are unable to pass into the afterlife. Hollows, for the most part, are your standard race of evil monsters. They come in a wide range of appearances, each with their own unique abilities. And unfortunately, not only are they able to kill regular human beings with ease, they have an almost insatiable bloodlust for human souls. Oh yeah, did I mention that they're completely invisible as well?
Yeah, I might flip the fuck out right there. Yeah, like it's nothing you can do. It's nothing. Like nigga, you can't even see them. You ain't got no spiritual pressure, bro. None of that. I never even watched Bleach. I'm not gonna cap. But just say you're cooked.
So you
I
could
just
be
want
chilling
my
on call with someone, then
dog.
suddenly get your skull crushed by something that you can't even see. You good, bro? Thankfully, there are some general ways to avoid hollow attacks. Thanks to your piss poor spiritual pressure, they probably won't even bother going after you, making you mostly invisible to them. Furthermore, if your local Shinigami is even half competent, they'll be able to deal with any hollow that appears before they become a problem. Really, as long as you move out from Karakura Town, you'll probably be fine. So I'll give Bleach a risk ranking of about 2 out of 10. Yeah, the danger exists, but for the most part, it's completely foreign to normal people, and the chances of you actually encountering a hollow if you don't live in Karakura Town are exceedingly low.
Oh, for
Jujutsu
sure.
Kaisen is a bit like Bleach, but worse in every conceivable way. This setting
Huh.
is again just regular Japan, so everyone around is living a normal, modern life. Difference between you and them though is that you have no cursed energy, and energy produced from negative human emotions. This won't really change how you live your life, but it will make it more difficult for curses to sense you, which will be important. Cursed spirits are a lot like hollows from Bleach. They both indiscriminately attack humans, are invisible to the naked eye, and could easily kill a regular person. But in Bleach, you don't really need to worry about the stronger hollows because they fuck off to Hoikomondo to get stronger through cannibalism. This is not the case in Jujutsu Kaisen. The strongest curses who are capable of wiping out entire city blocks are genuinely just wandering around. You could unironically walk beneath a bridge and find a
Like
special grade curse
that
who will see
crazy,
you and then
bro.
just instantly tear you apart. You're not even safe in the comfort of your own home. Just look at what happened to Shibuya. Yeah, stuff like this happens all the time in the verse. It's not even localized to one area or one country. Apparently, curse spirits exist to some capacity all over the entire world. Let's not forget about the curse users either, who might be even worse because they'll deliberately hunt you down just to do experiments.
Mm, go through the-
With your body. Yeah, living in the world of
Yeah,
Jujutsu
niggas
Kaisen
ain't.
sucks,
Yeah,
especially with the
niggas is
state of the
not
nation at
not
the end of the
surviving
series.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Just look at this clip.
Huh? What's on the TV? Some movie.
That's fucked up. Jujutsu Kaisen gets an easy 7 out of 10 on the risk scale. You could genuinely enter the wrong building and end up as bait on a curse's fishing rod. Yeah, no thanks. And now we have back-to-back bangers with the My Hero Academia verse, which is arguably even worse. In My Hero Academia, 80% of the population are born with supernatural abilities called quirks, though as you're a normal person, you would be quirkless by default. Quirks come in three flavors: up, down, wait, no, sorry, wrong thing, that's physics. Emitters, who can control or create stuff, transformatives, who can temporarily change their body, and mutants, whose bodies are permanently changed since birth. So you could have a spray bottle for a head, or you could have someone who
Imagine,
can decay your entire body in seconds. It's kind of up to chance and genetics.
nigga, imagine being a
See, the
fucking
setting of My
spray
Hero
bottle,
Academia
bro.
is a lot like handing people random weapons. Some people get butter knives, while other people get nuclear bombs. At any moment, someone could stumble onto you and use their quirk to decimate you and your entire family. Even if this doesn't specifically happen to you, some quirks have enough area of effect to generally match the destructive capabilities of thermonuclear explosions. Shigaraki has erased multiple cities, including all of their inhabitants, because of his daddy issues. Dabi wanders the streets burning people alive because of his daddy issues. Overhaul could turn you into a stain on the wall because you coughed near him. You could bump into a
Hmm.
D1 crash out on the street and have to watch as they laser a hole through your scalp. Worst of all are the children, because some quirks are genuinely just so uncontrollable that being around them the moment they awaken could instantly end you. Yeah, My Hero Academia is a solid 8 out of 10 on the risk scale, because even someone with a quirk as stupid as producing mushrooms could suffocate you for fun.
My
One
Hero
Piece is
Academia,
as large as it
the
is
odds,
unforgiving.
the odds for me will weigh out so good. I just feel like I get a fire ass court. Like I'll be the one with some nuclear type of power, nigga, something like that. Yeah, um,
Filled with
like for real.
pirates, corrupt government officials, and giant sea monsters that would rip you to shreds. To venture out into the world of One Piece as a normal person who cannot perform the verse's superhuman feats and will never gain access to Haki or Devil Fruit powers is essentially signing your death warrant. That is, of course, if you leave your island. Okay, hear me out for a second. The rules of this challenge state you spawn in or around where the main character began their journey, like a background character appearing in episode 1. So that means you'd spawn on Dawn Island in Fuchsia Village, where Luffy came from. And you know what? Nothing bad really happens here. It's
Yeah,
just a
I'm gonna be
calm little
good.
port village with little to speak of, and
Me personally, I'm still be the same age I am. Luffy gonna be the age he is there. I'm Luffy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just pop out. You feel me, nigga? You feel me? Something like that. You know, you know how nigga got the gum. Well, I got the nigga punch. He did. Yeah, that way. But man, I was stupid as fuck, man.
And you could even settle down, get a job, a wife, and live a peaceful, quiet life
But
by the
no, for real though,
seaside.
like
But
One
the
Piece would be so
adventure,
hard.
the One Piece calls for me. Just be quiet, just be quiet. The world of One Piece is brimming with pirates who will rob you blind and murder you, and gets progressively worse the further out you go. Many other islands are run by horribly corrupt individuals who will tax you until you've sold all the clothes on your back. All you need to do is settle down here and not complain, and you will live a chill life. If you can do
Yeah,
that, then One
like
Piece gets a
you would just
1
go
on
to
the
an
risk scale.
island that's been
Yeah, pirates
protected
might
by
show up, but the
like
ones who
a
do come to that
warlord or
island
no
are
emperor of the
genuinely
sea or
chill,
something like
so
that.
you'll be
It's like, bro,
alright.
me personally, bro,
Dragon Ball is
like
just
man,
pretty funny.
just something
You
about
might
being on the
believe that
boat
it's
and letting
inherently the
the
worst
waves
due to how many characters are
and the
capable of
nature
erasing
just like
entire solar systems when they feel
pro
like it. But the
your
people of Earth
destiny,
do
nigga.
have
It's
a
just
sort of
like,
plot
well, not
armor.
even you not
Almost
even
all
say it like
threats in
that, but it's
Dragon
just
Ball
like,
have
bro,
absolutely no interest in regular people, usually just arriving to
water's
fight the
scary.
strongest. And while yes, these people are capable of destroying planets and whatnot, most of the time their fights aren't even all
Yeah,
that
I ain't
destructive.
even gonna cap,
Yeah, they'll
bro.
shatter mountains and such,
Be safe in Dragon Ball. Cause all that nigga Goku gonna do, he gonna go find Dragon Balls and wish everybody back to life.
but usually this happens so far
Come
away
on
from
now.
civilian centers that you wouldn't even notice. That doesn't mean you're not gonna die though. No, you'll probably die a couple fucking times actually. Remember when Cell absorbed every single living being in a city? That looks like a cakewalk compared to what other Dragon Ball antagonists have done. Like when Boo used his all-life extinction attack to individually kill every single human on the planet.
Yeah,
Or when
this
Frieza
nigga,
just did it the old-fashioned way and blew up the Earth. Yeah, you're probably going
that's
to
just
die a horrible
outrageous.
sudden death a couple of
And then
times.
all they gonna do
But
is
the nice
just
thing about Dragon Ball is that nobody
wish you
truly
back, nigga.
dies. Not even unnamed civilians like you, because in the end, they'll always be brought back through the Dragon Balls or through time manipulation. So depending on how you see it, Dragon Ball is either a 10 out of 10 on the risk scale due to the fact that you're almost guaranteed to die, or a 0 out of 10 on the risk scale due to the fact that you'll always be brought back. I'm just gonna give it a 3 because you can live a relatively normal life, though every now and again you'll suddenly die then be brought back later. Also, dinosaurs do exist. I'm sure that makes life a bit hard. Attack on Titan is Attack on Titan is bad. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
met a single person who said, "Oh, I don't want to live in the Attack on Titan universe," and for a good reason. In the earlier part of the series, your main threat comes from the Titans, massive humanoid entities which wander around with the sole purpose of eating and devouring humans. Prior to the events of the main story, they're secluded from humanity by the walls, but following the attacks from the colossal and armored Titans, they wander the city districts, searching for their next prey. Very few anime have genuinely unsettled me, but the scenes of Attack on Titan where Titans will peer into homes looking for the next victim before grabbing someone out and brutally crushing their skull will never cease to horrify me. There's no normal life to be had, not in the first half of the series anyway. You'll probably just be running from place to place as the walls continue to get breached. You'd be lucky to even make it out alive. And in the latter half of the series, this does not get better.
Yeah, bro,
If you
that's
chose to
bro,
leave
the
paradise,
rumbling,
you would most likely be part of the massive 80% of the human population that
the
was killed
rumbling,
once Eren
nigga.
initiated the rumbling,
Nah, I ain't gonna
crushed
cap.
or boiled to death as thousands of colossal
I'm
titans
not gonna
spread
lie,
out
bro.
to consume
That
the
is
earth.
scary, nigga.
Even if
That
you
is
stayed at
beyond.
Paradise,
Nigga,
things
that's
don't really
terrifying.
get better.
That is
You'd enjoy a relative period of
like,
peace before
nigga.
being
If a nigga
attacked
say they
again,
not
with the
scared,
entire
if they was in
nation
the
being leveled
rumbling,
to the
they
ground
lying.
due to a
They
war
lying to
that
themselves,
happens
nigga.
at the
They
epilogue of the
they
series.
deserve to
Overall,
die.
a completely dreadful setting to
Exactly,
live
simple
in,
as that.
where your options are either to be slowly eaten alive by Titan in the first half of the series, or be another victim of all the wars in the second half. A
I try to
harsh
become a
9
Titan.
out of 10 on the risk scale. While JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is certainly a freaky series, it actually isn't that bad of a verse to live in. Once again, it's another setting that
Yo,
takes place in modern Japan, or Italy, or
fuck, bro.
America. It's kind of worldwide.
Like
Most
I
of the
just
conflicts that
realized
happen in the
just
series are
registered in my
pretty
head, bro, what the
localized
nigga
though,
was doing,
only
bro.
really
Like
affecting people in the immediate range of stand users, who will be your biggest issue. Stand users are those who are capable of manifesting stands, allowing them to use all manner of supernatural abilities. Stand users also naturally attract each other, though because you're not a stand user yourself, you should probably be fine. Avoiding stand users also isn't particularly hard. You might be wondering, if I can't see stands, how would I know that someone is a stand user?
all them niggas look
Don't worry,
weird.
it's pretty fucking obvious. Sometimes stand users do attack the general populace, like when Chocolata used Green Day to start killing anyone who moved down, or when Prosciutto used the Grateful Dead to age up an entire train. Nothing you can really do about moments like these except pray that they don't happen. There are also just stands in the wild taking the form of natural phenomena and such, some of which could definitely kill you. But your chances of actually encountering a stand are still extremely rare, so chances are you could live
I
a
heard that
somewhat
nigga right
decent
there
life.
was
So overall, I'd give JoJo
oh, bro. Nigga can't even do a video, bro, without stopping 100 times. Golly. You should blow me, bro.
about a 3 on the risk scale. Now, you might be wondering what a sports anime is doing here. How can you survive something that poses no actual risk to your life? Well, I added Blue Lock in here just for fun, to see what it would be like if a normal person was thrown into the program, and see whether or not they could survive.
I'm winning.
It's called Pi, and if that sounds familiar to you, it's probably because you've seen their ads everywhere. It's an ad blocker that works on Twitch, YouTube, Amazon.
If you don't know, the Blue Lock program is a football selection that seeks to find the greatest footballer in all of Japan. Of course, the entire Blue Lock program can only have one winner, so surviving here will simply mean making it from the dormitory test up to the Neo Egoist League, where many side characters' football careers are basically guaranteed thanks to worldwide attention. The first trial of Blue Lock is the dormitory test. 12 people are placed into a room, and the last person to touch the ball by the time the timer runs out is forced to leave. A pretty easy trial to survive, even if you have absolute monsters in your group that are
No,
doing
that was
handstands
cold.
with the ball and shit. As long as you're not cut out, you'll probably make it through. The first selection is a bit more tricky for an average person. It's a team-on-team elimination tournament, where only the 2 best teams will go through, alongside the top scorers from every other team. And you're not gonna be a top scorer, just trust me, bro. At this point, it's entirely up to luck whether your team is actually good enough. Honestly, just
Nigga, I'm
hope
telling
that you
you,
get the second coming of football Jesus.
oh, that's just
And if you
effects,
do,
niggas.
make
That's
sure
just
to
how
leech off that
they
person
trying to
for
make
as
it look.
long as
Yeah.
possible, especially in the next
I
selection.
really have
Let's
that.
say you lucked out
Yeah,
and made it through to the
I'm
second
him
selection.
at soccer.
Great. Well, the first stage is already bad because it's an individual event. The point is to score 100 goals within 90 minutes against increasingly difficult odds. That sounds pretty hard, right? And normally I would
No,
say
that's
we'd lose
crazy.
here. But if Igarashi could do it, then we probably could too. The second part of this second selection once again relies on getting good teammates. An elimination based team game where winning a game allows you to steal someone from the enemy team. Unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, but your ass is not getting chosen. So just hope that you can get great teammates. Hopefully there will be some kind of edgy prodigy who doesn't care who his teammates are. If that's the case, then you're probably chilling. From there, you just have to get your ass kicked by the world's best, not get selected for the U20, because, let's be honest, they're not picking you, and bam, you're in the Neo Egoist League. You'll probably be benched the entire time, but hey, you made it. Now, how would I rank the difficulty of surviving Blue Lock? Well, due to the trouble of making it past either first or second selection without having good teammates, as well as the fact that the first stage of the second selection is honestly pretty hard, like credit where
Nah,
credit is due to
that's
Igarashi, I'm
horrible
going to give Blue Lock a risk scaling of
for
about
sure.
8 out of 10. And last but not least, we have Death Note. Death Note
Death
is,
Note,
you guessed it,
goaded anime. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with your mama, your daddy, your granddaddy, your cousin, your nieces, nephews, significant other, anything. But nigga, Death Note is definitely top 5 anime of all time. Nigga, like I said, don't argue with me. It ain't no discrepancies about what I just said. We not going no back and forth. Exactly.
another series that takes place within modern Japan. Death Note is actually pretty interesting, because as long as you don't do one very specific thing,
I just hate the ending. Hate the ending so much, bro. Shit giving PTSD, man. For how much I just hate anime, bro.
you should be able to live a completely normal life. Okay, maybe it's not one
Long as
specific thing,
long as
more
you
like,
ain't out
an
here
entire law book of things.
doing
We all know the
crime.
premise of Death Note. A megalomaniacal boy gets a book that kills people when he writes their names in it, so he goes on a killing spree for criminals. Basically, as long as you don't commit any crimes, you should be absolutely fine. You guys don't commit crimes, do you? It'd also just be a generally good idea to stay away from the police force, or anything that could get in the way of Kira for that matter. But now that I think about it, there is some sort of leverage we could gain from the scenario. Because you just spawn into the world of Death Note, your name wouldn't be on any registers or records, making it impossible to kill you with a Death Note as long as you don't tell anyone what your name is. That is, of
Oh
course,
yeah,
unless
that's
they
tough.
track you
Unless they ain't
down
got
and
the
use the Shinigami eyes on you, but
but
as long as that doesn't happen,
they won't be able to they won't be able to read my name because won't it be like in English or something? Or in their
you're
eyes it's gonna
practically immune. So yeah, this really is a world of minimal risk. I'll be giving Death Note a 1 on the risk scaling then. And with that, we get an average score of 4.6 on the risk scaling. Rounding that up to 5, we get that the average shonen setting generally has a balanced risk, where survival is possible, but there's a 50-50 chance depending on overall luck and how
yeah.
much you choose to
But you
engage in
cooked if you go
danger.
to Attack on
Not too
Titan, bro.
horrible, but much, much worse than reality. So when that semi-truck hits you, the world of Death Note would be your best bet to be isekai'd, as it's pretty much just the normal world, but with harsher consequences for criminals.
Yeah.
The no-go list is of course made up of Attack on Titan with its
1,000% I'm not
flesh-eating
going to Attack on
monsters,
Titan.
My Hero
1,000.
Academia with
It's not
how
even
a
a question.
6-year-old could probably level a city block, and Jujutsu Kaisen, where the curse of holding a shit in will absolutely
I gotta go to
decimate your
My Hero
entire family
Academia.
lineage because you didn't order fries with your Big Mac. Thank you very much for watching. If you
Yeah, like you said, thank you very much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate that. And you tapped in with me, stay tapped in with me. You did like, comment, and subscribe for me. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to me, man. You know, I really appreciate that for if you're enjoying the content, you know, spread the word, spread the love. I love y'all. The very few that watch my videos, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Just don't know. And yeah.